Welcome to a new 420 Fueled episode of CannaBase Radio Show. I'm your host, Johnny Chaos. With me always is my co-host, Brian.
Yeah.
And on today's episode, we're going to talk random topics, random ass conversations. Whatever we say goes. Why? Because we're high as fuck.
Yeah. Pretty much. Just gonna kind of make it up as we go along. Okay. So, talk extensively about...
Let's talk about how today, this morning, I sat in my wheelchair with a broken leg and wheelchaired a mile and a half just using my arms to go to the homie's apartment and smoke some bud. Why? Because I needed it. I wanted it. My arms hurt like a motherfucker, but I did it.
Did you say the part about there not being any sidewalks, though?
Oh, no, about...
Yeah, the whole reason you had to? I think you... Did you skip that?
Oh, the sidewalks were all fucked up, man. Nothing in this town is level.
Yeah, so you found... came up to a problem.
Oh,
found
yeah.
a way around it.
Dude, it was... on the left side of the street, I had to hold, like, the fucking left wheel of the wheelchair and then fucking just push with my right arm to kind of keep it straight from, like, rolling into the gutter. And so I was like, fuck this. My right arm got tired, so I went to the right side of the street. On that side, I had to hold the right tire with the right arm, only push with the left.
So it was a balanced workout.
Oh, dude. Let me tell you, it took me an hour to go 2 miles. Just pushing myself with my fucking arms, man.
Yeah. That shit happens. It's
Yep.
exercise.
Never again.
We both need the exercise.
I need the exercise, but I don't ever want to fucking do that again. Hey, let's light that joint, yeah?
Right now,
Yeah.
remember when I was...
But no, I don't remember what you were saying about it, but
I was saying we'll smoke it after a successful podcast. Pass me the ashtray.
Dude, a podcast is always successful when we're high.
Pass me the ashtray, please.
Oh, here it is, right here.
Poor Foz.
So check this out, man. I heard this today, which I've also been telling people this for a really long time, about how cannabis can help repair extensive brain injuries. And people are like, oh no, weed doesn't do that because it makes you forget things and all this other shit, but weed actually has the ability to help repair, like, parts of your brain, you know, to kind of bring them back from what they were. And I feel like it worked for me, you know, because I got hurt in 2007. I broke the right side of my face during a soccer game because I got headbutted by a girl. She laid me the fuck out, and my brain ended up hitting my skull, man, and it fucked up a bunch of shit. And I didn't smoke weed around that time, so I was always forgetting shit all the time, dude. Like, my short-term memory loss is bad. But it seems like when I smoke weed and I fucking try to learn shit, like whether I'm playing my guitar or I get on my drum set, something like that, or even just making beats, man, I feel like I remember it easier.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I've never really had anything like that. I mean, I've had some crazy trips on shrooms, and I feel like
I do want to try shrooms.
something like that. I also I did like the MDMA a handful of times, and I swear, I feel like after that, like, I felt a little bit dumber. You know, because, like, we did it a couple of times, but what we would do is, like, we'd would split it halfway a few times in the night. So it's stupid, and then it was, like, back-to-back nights, and then I never got crazy on it. It was just, I know it was, like, a little bit too much, and I actually blame that, so I've been smoking weed ever since, hoping it heals me back. According to theories.
I don't know, man. Marijuana is my go-to. You know, it's not a drug. It is an herb. It's a medicine, and I believe it has aspects in every part of the marijuana plant that can help heal you, mind, body, and soul. You know what I mean? It's not just you're smoking it to get high. You have experiences.
I personally feel like I'm
Like, do you feel
better.
like you're a
I
better
like
person?
myself more high.
Like, so you feel like you're a better person when you're high?
No, I just like my I guess I like myself. Like I feel.
Because I mean, generally,
Like
when I'm not high, I don't like myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm sober, I feel like I'm more, I don't know, antsy.
You're more of somebody you don't want to be.
I'm on my man period sometimes, and then when I
I
smoke
feel
weed,
that.
like I can literally come home and just be like, having been pissed off all day or whatever's going stewing, brewing in my head, and then I come home and I just realize 2 hours later, like, whoa, I was worked the fuck up. I was hella worked up, and so I think that's how I always appreciate it.
Well, see, I mean, I've said it before. I probably said it on a previous episode. I use it for my Tourette's and stuff. It helps me not twitch as much, which helps my muscles not be in pain because all of my twitches are involuntary. You know, like I can feel them before they happen. Sometimes I'm able to prevent it. But if I'm not high, man, let me tell you, I've had a Tourette's attack in my sleep, and I've literally uppercutted myself in the fucking face from a twitch. Like,
That sucks.
people have been knocked out. I got knocked awake, bro. I got woke.
To flip it to a funnier thing, there's that one boxer who's got the dude up in the corners. He's like a heavyweight guy too, and he just comes through with a straight to his own jaw. It's great.
Was it like he went to like uppercut the other guy and he just straight missed?
He was just like a tight, close uppercut really quick. Like he was swinging for the fences and his jaw was just there.
Wait, did he hit the other guy?
Not at all.
It was so clear to
Clean
him.
hit to himself. It was
Damn.
awesome.
Brutal. I don't ever
Yeah,
want to
damn
fight
it.
that hard, man.
Man,
Where you're fighting so hard you're kicking your own ass.
that's pretty funny. Yeah, dude. Instead, I'd rather just take hits to the face like Rocky.
That just sounds wrong to me. I don't want to take hits in the face.
The joke is that Rocky never blocks, obviously. Because he never has any defense.
That's true.
He just swings again. That's his
Explains
main
why
thing.
Sylvester Stallone's face looks the way it does.
Actually, I thought it was something more.
Or was that like plastic surgery?
I think something happened to him. Like he really did actually have. I don't
No,
know.
I think he had a motorcycle accident once.
I have no clue.
It was something like that. I know Mark Hamill,
if
Luke
Athena-
Skywalker had one.
If Athena, our fact checker, was here, we could get
Yeah,
some.
right. Another episode she's missing.
Hey, by the way,
I'm about to put up missing posters. Put out an MIA. Like, hey, where you been? Like, fuck.
okay, so check this out. I wanted to say if anyone had heard the conversation we were having about who would you want to have a smoke session with if you could bring back anyone from the dead, and you can speak any language to them, right? And John said Gandhi, and for like I know who the fuck Gandhi is. I did not know he was assassinated in like 49. I think we found out, but like that was crazy. But the whole time I was fucking picturing the Dalai Lama. So when he died in 49, I was like, I swear I seen this dude talking to like more modern leaders, and I was so confused. It was goddamn Dalai Lama was in my head. I must have been baked because that
You know
whole
why?
night.
It's because the Dalai Lama was bald and fucking Gandhi is bald.
These rogue guys.
Yeah.
My dumbass. That's bad, man.
They were both technically monks.
I
in a way.
blame the dabs and the blunts.
Blame it on the weed.
I was not 100%.
Oh, it happens, man. I'm foggy sometimes too, depending on the strain.
It's my burnt.
Yeah. No, Mark Hamill, man, the guy who played Luke Skywalker, who he also voices like the Joker in the Batman cartoons and stuff like that. And,
For those of you at home that don't know.
yeah, for those of you at home. He also played Cockknocker in Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Yeah, at the end of.
Yeah. Got his hand cut off in that too. Spoiler alert for Star Wars, if you haven't seen it all.
Hey, speaking of which,
He gets his hand cut off, and Vader's his father.
the new J. Wow.
I'm that guy. Oh well.
It's like the
Sorry,
most-
kids. Because there's like 12-year-olds listening to this
Yes,
show.
That's why it's so preposterous.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because like anybody over fucking 22 has seen all of the Star Wars films.
Pop culture by now has to have shown already that was fucking how it went down. By the way, little fun fact, you know the fucking quote is wrong?
What quote?
The Luke, I am your father is not actually said. It's something different, yeah. It's a real shit.
I just watched it the other day, too.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they never actually say it, but people remembered it wrong.
No, people remember it as Luke, I am your father. But what it was is he said Luke, and then he said something else, and then said, I am your father.
Yeah, so it was still off.
Yeah. Look at that. You didn't even start the timer.
Yeah.
Look at that. 30 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, whoever knows however long time it's been already.
I don't even know. I feel like I'm spinning down the rabbit hole right now. Man, I've been trying to get this stoned all day. 420 came late.
Do you smoke on 420 every time, like, as a thing? Or just if it happens to be?
I mean, most of the time I catch it on 420 because I'm usually smoking all day. But it's not all the time I can actually get high.
It doesn't matter if you, I guess, I don't know.
It's just like, if I smoke on 420 and I don't end up getting super stoned from it, then it was a waste of a 420.
The day or time? I was just talking time.
Like the month?
Yeah, I meant the time. Or 420.
No,
the day.
Yeah, the time 420.
Yeah, okay. I think if you take a hit, that counts. You know, it's 420, you take a hit. That's it.
Yeah, but if you don't get high from it, I feel like it doesn't count.
Nah, that doesn't matter at all. What if you worked with a square and you're smoking a joint at 420 and the square's like, I'll take a hit, it's 420, and they go in, even if they're not high?
Alright, touche.
That's cool.
Alright, you got me there.
You know, that's not a requirement of
I agree.
I'm only a little bit baked. I need to get roasted at 420, you know?
No, at 420, I feel like I need to get roasted. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's a good time to start, yeah, but you don't have to be roasted.
No, you start at 420.
Oh, that's when you have a whole session
and
time.
Then, yeah, that's when your session starts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I just like to, I just think it's a little fun thing to roast up.
Like, I mean, what time is it right now? Shit, it's 6:40. You know what I mean? Do a little bit of math. I bet it comes out to 420 somehow.
This is how many hits I'll take.
Yeah, right?
Shit.
How many hits does it take to get to the center of the universe?
Alright, you ever actually play a weed game? Something like that where you...
Me and Tyler, we play this game called baseball when we smoke joints. And what it is you have to hit the joint, hold in the smoke, pass the joint. You can't blow out the smoke. And you have to hold it in through the entire joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
And whoever lets it out or cough first.
It's until you get it back in the rotation, right? Like, you gotta hold the smoke until it gets back to you.
No, you have to hold the smoke in
for the
whole
game.
It. Yeah, like the whole game. You cannot blow smoke out. So whoever blows out smoke or coughs first, they lose, and you gotta punch them in the dick. Right? Those are the rules.
Okay, here is my experience playing baseball. Was me, 3 of my friends, inside of a car. I distinctly remember the smoke going around, and it wasn't just the blunt. I remember it being like the 4 of us, so you had to hold it until it came back. There was no nut punches. What?
Like, this is
where do the nut punches need to come in?
This is what Tyler told me.
Oh, that's a trick.
Yeah,
wow.
That's what he told me. So I was like, all right, cool. So we sat there and played, right? And I didn't lose because I'm not getting punched in the dick, right? So I fucking won, and he was like, fuck, right? So now he won't even play it with me anymore because he knows I ain't got bitch lungs.
I do, so I learned in that experience that I'm horrible at the game and I don't belong in it anywhere
So you could be like that one guy who you take the joint and you take super, super tiny hits, but you make it look like you're taking a big hit.
Oh, like the drinking where you don't tilt the thing?
Yeah, like you're waterfalling, but you're not actually drinking. You're just leaving enough air so bubbles come up so it looks like you're drinking it.
Oh, man, I like that in a King's Cup whenever you notice somebody's been like, on one beer for too long. It's like, have you just been pretending that that's full? I think that's got like this much in it, and you're just sip.
No, I remember.
It touched my tongue.
I remember when I
that
first
counts.
started drinking, before I actually became an alcoholic. I used to be like that when I'd play drinking games and shit. I'd fucking have one beer and I'd always get a Budweiser because the bottle was dark enough to where you could barely see if anything was in it.
You cheating bastard! I believe you.
Right? No, dude,
my
dead
God.
serious, right?
You
I was a kid. I was like 17.
Meanwhile, me, I got the 32s of Natty Ice because they have a little more alcohol. So I'm like, I'm my second one.
We come from different worlds. I didn't become a super alcoholic until I hit like 20, bro. And then well, actually, that's a lie. When I was 18, I was drinking 2 bottles of Southern Comfort a day. So, yeah.
That's too much SoCo.
Bad. After I drank a bunch of Southern Comfort and ate some cup of noodles, man, and threw that up and had it come out of my nose while it was still stuck in my throat.
Oh, yeah. It was so gross.
Yeah, I know. It got me to stop drinking Southern Comfort.
I always liked Southern Comfort, but if I kill a whole bottle to myself in a night, I'll be like the next day groggy and sugary and held down. So
I was all over that shit. And fucking, when I was living with my homie, fucking, I used to sleepwalk. That was a problem. And because I was an alcoholic. And she woke up one night because she heard me in the living room, because that's where I slept. She heard me get up. So she got up to see what was going on. I walked to the kitchen, opened the freezer, pulled a whole bottle of Captain Morgan Tattoo out.
Yeah, that's a nastier one, right?
Popped it open in the kitchen, drank half the bottle right in front of her, walked back to the couch with the bottle.
And then, this is a throw-up story.
Oh, no.
We need to stop doing
this
throw-up stories, dude.
This is a, I woke up and the whole bottle was empty story. And I was wasted when I woke up, and I had to go to work. And that's the thing, I was unaware that I sleepwalked to the freezer and chugged half a big ass bottle of fucking Captain Morgan. You know what I mean? I went to work, man, and my boss could tell that I was wasted. I was all fucking wavy, and I was just like, oh shit, this is gonna be a lot. I worked at Pizza Hut.
This is a dog ate my homework story.
No.
Sorry, boss.
Oh, no.
I went to bed after Bible study at 8 p.m. Unfortunately, I sleepwalked all the way to my refrigerator, pounded that shit, and now I can't help it.
No, I got to work, she could tell I was drunk, and she goes, why'd you come to work drunk? I was like, well, I didn't want to get fired for not showing up.
This sounds like such bullshit right now.
No, it's real shit, bro. I didn't get fired from that job either. I ended up quitting to move to Texas. But, yeah, it was a long day, man, because she didn't even send me home either. She was like, you know what you're doing, so I'm behind the counter making fucking pizzas while I'm just like, fucking, oh shit, I'm like, I can't wait till lunchtime. I'm kind of really fucking hungry.
I'd be like, go in the back and cut boxes for an hour.
Dude, I wish you would have let me do that. My manager hated me, bro.
Drink a lot of water in the walk-in.
I drank a lot of water.
In the walk-in? No, I'm saying as your manager, she should have told you that shit. Like,
oh, shit, yeah, no, she didn't tell me shit. She was just like, do your job. And I'm like, alright.
Hey, so my last time drinking that tattoo shit was when we went to Vegas and we took 2 bottles. It might have been SoCo and that tattoo too. I'm not sure. It was something like that, spice black rum or something. Yeah. I like spiced rum. I love it. But the black spice rum where they put it at like as close to 100 as they can get or whatever. Ugh, it's just nasty. And I had a cherry Pepsi. And what I did was we were going to Vegas. Did I say? Yeah. We were going to Vegas, and when we were leaving, I poured that tattoo into the cherry Pepsi, and it was not balanced well. Like I had poured out too much, and I poured too much Pepsi out, and I poured in too much of that tattoo. And oh my god, drinking it on the way back, and it started getting warm.
Gross.
For anyone listening for around a state or whatever, we're like 3 hours away from Vegas, so it's really not that bad of a drive. But yeah, coming back, I was still drinking it. Boy, I was sitting outside the window, fucking just like living it up, stupid.
Yeah, no, I used to be really bad, dude. Like,
and it started tasting gross. When it was warm, by the way.
Yeah, it got bad for me. Fucking, I love Jello shots. Like, I'm guilty as fuck. Those things fuck me up. I love them, dude.
Are they always only vodka, or do people do it like tequila and shit too?
There's tequila, rum, and stuff like that. The ones I got were usually rum. You know what I mean? That's my go-to.
I honestly don't like them. They're fucking annoying.
I enjoy them, man. I don't know why.
How do you pop them out so easily without looking like you're like
no.
fucking?
I don't fucking
Looking like Winnie the Pooh going
no,
in.
like I don't make out with it, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like,
no.
I don't know how to do
what
this.
What you do is you take the cup in your hand, and you take your pinky, swirl around the edge of it.
That's why I don't know.
And then throw it back. You know what I mean? Simple. It's not very hard. But when I was living in Texas, I went to Baker Street Pub. That
Still kind of gross though. You just fucking rimmed your
shot. I ain't worried about
pinky.
rimming shit. I don't give a fuck.
The last time you washed your hands doing Jello shots.
Oh no, I wash my hands at the bar, man. You're at the bar. You don't want to be like touching everything everybody else has touched. Go home drunk, wake up with the flu in the morning.
No, I'm thinking of like house parties and shit when people make hella plates of Jello shots, and it's like, I'm good.
Or the ones I went to had coolers full of Jello shots, and it was usually my buddy's wife that would make them. So I trust her. Like,
oh no, I was talking about your own fucking hand in the Jello.
Oh, by that point, my hand's been soaked in vodka, rum, and every other fucking alcohol that's been at the party. My shit's sanitized, bro.
You know, at a point you're drunk to not even give a fuck.
Yeah, you don't even care. You don't remember that shit. Otherwise, you're like tonguing that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit.
Otherwise, you're that one guy who has a plastic spoon for no reason that's just like scooping it out of the cup. It's like, oh, little mini Jello cups out. But no, fucking
the little tea, like the coffee stirs.
Yeah.
He just is
right?
like, I heard there would be Jello shots.
He came prepared. He's got a monocle. Like,
wipes it off and everything.
What
for anyone
kind of Jello shot is this? Let me see. Let me pop in my monocle and look at this. Ooh, the coloration is nice. Mmm, smells like raspberry.
What if he just?
Ooh.
What if he just shoveled out shots for everyone like a pimp?
He was
like
just
all
like
the girls. I'm like, let me make this easier for you. Just
they all just happen to be
out.
strippers, and they're all standing there with their mouths open. He's just like, and it's like ninja style, fucking straight targets in their mouths. That dude's pimping. You know what I mean?
This took a turn.
Hey, you know what I mean? I'm still talking about Jello shots. Did you stray? Where'd you go with it? No comment.
Yeah.
Were you talking about, like, thinking about, like, dicks and,
no.
like, this dude, like, fucking bukkake all these fucking
I was just
strippers?
thinking of, like, a house party where somebody would go with a little spoon to, like,
that's
help hook them
about.
up.
That's
and then
what
you're all, where did you go with it from there?
Like, flipping shots out.
Yeah, and then you said that they were what?
Hardcore targets. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude's got extreme accuracy.
Like, suddenly it turned into fucking, The Wanted. The movie Wanted, where they curve bullets. He's over here like Matrix and shit, like shoveling them, and that's just where I saw you dramatically take it.
I wish I would have taken it there.
That's like
that would have been great.
That's like you tell a story and then Michael Bay busts in and he's like, and they're from space.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Those ones are from space.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why I said it.
But he wanted to make Ninja Turtles be from space for no reason. Originally. And everyone was like, dude, that's a dumb idea. He's all...
Because then there would have been aliens and not turtles.
So he was like, I want kids to think that there's another whole planet full of these, like, Ninja Turtles. And it's
just
like...
a planet of turtles?
You just took away how cool that these characters are.
Like a planet of Wookiees?
Yeah, right? You don't care about 4 Wookiees that are ninja trained.
Yeah, right?
If they're from a planet of all these other dope-ass ones.
Right, and why would those turtles come to Earth?
When they could be chilling with their kind, fucking their kind.
Right? Like, not having to worry about human problems.
Living in a sewer, you can live above men. You
right.
can live like kings.
Right.
Kings with
on treetops.
Equals.
Like...
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's a dumbass idea. Like, you just lost the integrity. But in the movie, there is a part where fucking Megan Fox is like... I think that's what it is. Vern The dude's all, are they aliens? And she's like, no, that would be stupid. It was something like that. I was like, okay. They referenced the Michael Bay's dumbass ideas. Hey, we only have 12 explosions so far, and we're 30 minutes in. I think we need to turn it up, guys. It's a love scene in the country. Is there a barn? We could do a barn fire scene.
We could explode some trees.
Do you have any horses that can jump? I have a camera, low angle.
We could set some tumbleweeds on fire.
Rolling. I need moving fire now.
Yeah. I need you to roll it the other way. Now you got a whole field on fire for no reason. That's perfect, guys. That's perfect. Man, that's gonna be one pissed off farmer.
I can't believe he really went this far, dude. Like, Michael Bay still is making movies. Nobody cares. Okay. Are you excited for James Cameron's Avatar series? I guess there's like 2 or 3 more. Something weird.
You know, I'm excited that Avatar is having a second film. Because I thought the first one was fucking epic.
I do too.
You know what I mean?
In its own
right.
Well,
yeah, but I want to see the expansion. I want to see where they went after their home was destroyed. After he fully became part of, this fucking group and, married that other fucking chick and all that shit.
That's like seeing Simba's kid grow up in Pride Rock now that he saved it. I don't care.
I mean,
the movie was great, good, had a solid ending. Boom.
I want to see it, man. I need to see if it captures what I've envisioned in my own imagination. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say now.
There's been movies, man, that they've gotten it right. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid in school, my favorite book, The Giver. Okay, that book was fucking amazing. And as a kid, you have those thoughts. You have the imagination to picture it while you're reading. Oh, no, I was in 4th grade when we read that.
Oh,
and
I do remember reading it, though.
Yeah, fucking the way I envisioned it in my mind, dude. And then when they finally came out with the movie, how it was all black and white. And then after this kid started getting memories and started realizing things, it started becoming colorful for him. You know what I mean? And how it was kind of like set in the future.
Okay, which movie did you watch? Because I feel like recently Netflix had a version they
The Giver might have been on Netflix recently.
But I feel like there's an older one when I had read it too that they did that wasn't accurate. And so people were like, the book is way better, this movie one kind of sucks. But I don't know if that's what they said about the new one. I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what they were saying about the new one. Is that it sucked and all that shit, but I feel like they just didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because my mind saw it exactly how the writers for the movie wrote it.
I overall enjoyed it.
You know what I'm saying?
I liked it.
I thought it was phenomenal. I loved everything about that movie.
Oh, you know what I think it was? I might have listened to an audiobook. I might have been at work listening to the audiobook and I watched the movie then. And I was like, okay, these things are different, but I get the overall impact, I guess.
Yeah.
There were changes. But also, my reaction towards movies off of books or comics, anything, whatever is written shit, I think I've told you before, is I see it like a music remix song.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, the beat's the same. They sped it up a little and they redid this badass sample shit, added, so it's like an updated version. There's no way you can do... Like, who's gonna be as entertained?
So it's
nowadays
like
with
how
a Phantom of the Opera.
It's like how they're coming out with a 4th Matrix film, and Keanu Reeves is reprising his role as Neo. All right,
it's cool.
I love the Matrix movies, from the Animatrix all the way through the fucking trilogy. The Matrix is a shit to me. I think it's dope, but it ended at the 3rd one. Yeah, they left it open where the little girl was talking to the Oracle and was all, will we ever see Neo again? And the Oracle was all, we might one day. We could only hope, or whatever the fuck she says, right? They just left it as is, and that was the end of the movie. That was a perfect ending. You don't need to bring it back.
That's like Simba's child.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we can do another one, even though this is pretty
Because
solid.
I'm just like, all right, well, Neo's the one. The Matrix had been destroyed and had been rebooted, and Neo was no more. Where is he? What are they gonna do? Make it to where
Re-find him?
Yeah, re-find him, but this time he's leveled up, so he already knows everything, and he's just been waiting on them.
We took his body. The robots fucking took his body. Is there any robots left? They took out everything. Or
No,
some
no.
shit? I don't really remember.
Okay, so the whole thing
Those
was
things are really long.
Neo went to the robot
God, I don't want to
colony.
do this. You go too deep on.
I'm not gonna go that deep. I'm not gonna go that deep. He went to the robot colony and he made a deal with like this big robot, whatever the fuck it was, to take Agent Smith out of the Matrix because he was a air quotes virus.
Yeah.
Basically, and the deal was that if Neo fought for the robots to take out Agent Smith, the robots would live in harmony with the remaining humans.
Treaty.
Yeah, and they wouldn't fight anymore. So at the end of the
favor
film,
for a favor.
yeah. So at the end of the film, after Neo had died and the robots, took his body, that was it. All the Sentinels left the underground community.
Okay, so is it gonna be lame? They just reboot fucking.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what's gonna happen in it. Like they haven't really released much about it.
You know what? Actually, that's good. A friend of mine put this idea in my ear of, I've already thought myself that they give away too much in the trailers, but nowadays they're putting out like 3 trailers per movie that are really long and showing you a lot of things. And like Marvel ones, you know how they put out fake scenes or something on purpose to throw people off. Like, fuck a trailer. I don't want to watch it. You're gonna ruin it for me. Sometimes I can see the gist of a movie on
I'm the kind of person that if I see 5 seconds of a movie trailer and it captivates me, I'll watch the whole movie.
But are you going to watch all 3 trailers and start noticing all these new scenes and be like, ooh, this is in there, this wasn't in that other one, cool.
No.
Yeah, that's too much.
I did that with the newest, what was it? Endgame.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it came out, I didn't see it in theaters. I didn't see it till it came out on DVD. You know what I mean? When it was out in Redbox.
Yeah, me too.
I finally watched it, and before it came out, I was watching the trailers, and I was like, damn, this is pretty tight. And when all the trailers came out, I kept watching them, because I'm like, maybe if I watch enough of these, I'll see the whole movie.
Sure won't.
But, no, I finally got to watch it, and it was a great film, and
yeah, I liked it.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I liked it overall. I didn't really feel... Time travel shit is always weird to me. I don't like time travel movies.
Bro.
I do.
Travel. I like Back to the Future.
I do, but it's just so many weird little things that, well, how do you answer this and that and blah, blah, blah.
There's too much to speculate on time travel. There's been too many theories, too many iterations of what it's like to time travel versus going into the past, going into the future, like even parallel universes. Fucking, people say it's all fucking tied together. You know what I mean?
So, I would understand if you would be able to go back somewhere, but then everything is now new and you'll never come back to where you originated.
Okay, so there's a theory where...
So you just start a new universe.
You can't send your physical body back to the past. Because after you've lived the past, that's gone. It no longer physically exists.
Like there's no record.
Yeah.
Like no memory
no
track
universal record. It's just what you know in your mind. You know what I mean? What you lived through. So, because you can't send your physical body back, there's got to be a way to send your mind back to be able to see that past. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much projecting your own mind into your own past body.
And you know what's tight is I just thought of, I think, like God of War 2 on like PS2. There was this part with the Sisters of Fate. He has to fight them. And I remembered that the main one had this string of your lifeline. And what he would do to time travel was he found his own lifeline string,
Oh, I do
followed
remember
it,
that.
and that was his
Yeah.
past. But what you were saying is that once his life is over, his string is cut, done. That was interesting.
Yeah, because
That's a cool way to flip it. But yeah, like you were saying, now it's done, you can't go back.
Yeah,
so
you
if
can't
his
go back
soul
to the
still
past.
exists.
right, yeah. So if his soul still exists, he can project his mind somehow through technology somehow.
So you got to relive the same steps of your life, though.
Yeah, but you can't change
different.
anything. You wouldn't be able to go into the past to change anything. You know what I mean? The future doesn't exist because the future isn't even written yet. You know what I mean?
So yeah, you can change things.
So the whole thing
Because you're
is
saying that you would fall back into
no.
a
The
pattern.
whole thing is all right. So this is
That
where
doesn't exist.
this is where it gets weird. Is if you time travel into the future, right, and you see your future and you see what's happened or what's going to happen or what has already happened. You know
That
what I
wasn't
mean?
what I was saying.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Is if you see all of that, right? You can't get this. After you've time traveled to the future, you can't time travel back to the point where you left. Why? Because that present is now your past and your future is your new present. There's
Are
what I
you
mean?
saying that if you live your life and like tomorrow you want to time travel back to yesterday, that you will not have the knowledge of what like the future holds of that day? Are you saying that
No.
like you will come back to just with the thoughts and memories of that what you are there
No.
and not have your new knowledge?
No. What I'm saying is, so we're here. We're in the present, right?
We're in audio,
I know
so
they can't
explain
see
it to
What
them.
I'm saying is,
So they understand.
we're right here in the present,
Yes.
right? And we're going from the present into the future. Okay? Once we get to the future,
Okay. Never mind then.
the past,
I understand what you're saying.
yeah, our present that we just left is now the past. We just lived through that. That is now the past. We can't go back to that. You see what I'm saying? We can go into the future. We can time travel into the future.
I'm only talking about going directly back.
You can't. There would be no possible way.
And what you're saying is that if you go into the future, then you can't go back any.
No,
either.
because that future that you travel to is your new present.
So you're saying time travel forward is the only possibility.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, folks. 20 minutes to get to this.
That's what happens when
One
you're high.
sentence.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're high. Sorry, everybody.
Damn, you can only travel forward through time.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry.
I would understand that. And I've heard that there might be actually a way to achieve it, but there's not enough distance that's safe enough for, like, for a spaceship in space to
They're
be able to go through a
saying
tunnel.
Something
fast
about
enough.
scientists that created
They just can't make it possible.
they created nuclear fusion in order to power a spacecraft to make it be able to travel light years.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
But
so-
there's no safe path that it can
No.
follow.
No, not at all, because space, being as big, as vast, and as, air quotes, empty as it is, there's so many things to factor in. There's no way you're going to be able to hit light speed.
It's the amount of distance you need.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to hit light speed in this ship and not hit meteors, asteroids.
One thing.
Yeah, like, you're going to have the most shielded spacecraft in the known universe. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine a pile of rocks on a train track.
Exactly.
And suddenly you're done. Just one little spot. And this whole light speed thing is going to be way too much distance. You can't build a tunnel through space.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
and even if it
And
did,
it's-
what if it hits too fast
Now,
like
if there was a
a
way,
bobsled?
if you had a spaceship that could create a wormhole,
Totally different talks now.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you could create nuclear fusion to power a spacecraft to go that fast, that shit better be able to create rips in the fabric of time and space completely to be able to teleport.
How possible could any of that be, though?
Nothing is impossible, just highly improbable.
I want to bungee jump into a black hole, take a picture, come back, show y'all.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible, man.
Reduce myself to an atom, and then once I'm in my anti-black hole portal magic machine, I get to the other end. I take a 360 view.
Thanks, Ant-Man.
Yeah, you know, like, Jesus.
Man.
That's funny.
Yeah, right. Good topics tonight. Anyway, it looks like we're all out of time for tonight. Stay tuned for another episode of CannaBase Radio Show, where we bring you more random-ass stoner topics.
That's really how you just rush the ending.
What? No, I'm not rushing the ending. Make
like,
sure you guys... What?
You can find us.
Look, I was right on time, too. There it goes ringing. Anyway, make sure you guys find us on Facebook. CannaBase Radio Show. Join us at CannaBase Radio Show Smoke Circle.
Like,
for
get
tips,
in on the
updates,
conversations.
and more. Yeah, get in on the conversations. I posted earlier today that if you're a band or you're an artist or, you know, a musician or anything like that and you want to be on the show, message us, get a hold of us, and we'll set something up. You guys can come out and, you know, feature your stuff, kind of get your stuff out there. So,
hey, fucking Big Red with that big ass bong, like fucking rig with a double filter.
Oh yeah, his new fucking recycler, yeah.
Dude, my lungs are so bitch made. That video alone, like, there's so many crazy shits. That's a big ass hit.
Oh, yeah,
I can't do that kind of shit.
Yeah, he's a high class smoker.
Yeah, send us some, like, post some videos of you guys hella ripping.
Yeah, videos,
like,
send us photos of the weed that you guys like to smoke, the concentrates, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, stay tuned. Have a great night. Stay lit, everyone.